We always say this was our territory. Makoche, Onkitrapi, they said, when they talked, they used to say that we used to own or follow the buffaloes all up in this territory. That's why today you can find secret sites, buffalo jumps, and all that, and a secret stone pipe. In some places you can even find a pipe which comes from Minnesota, and the only place it comes from is the red stone pipe. It's a Catlin stone, they call it today. So those are evidence of our people. I did a lot of migrating, and the books might tell you there was 5,000 Sioux in one bunch, but they didn't all come together. They all come under different chiefs.
We call it Ocheti Shakoi, and it's interpreted as 7 council fires. And that was our Dakota Oyate, that was our governance structure. And sometimes it's referred to as Tatanka Oyate, because we lived where the bison roamed, you know. So there's different names for it now. Now people are referred to as sort of now the Dakota Nation. Of the 7 councils, you know, council fires, can't name them all, you know, like Wahpetwan is one of them. Sisi Tuan, Ti Tuan, you know, and Yanktuan, Yanktune, and there's 2 others. But that was the main groups of Dakota governance, you know. And from there, it was also subdivided into 7 more council fires, and those were kind of, there are smaller groups. Like for us, for our governance, we start with Teoti, which is the family, and then goes on to another group. I think it's called Teoshpaye or Oshpaye, and then there's, you know, another, the larger groups would be Otuwa, and then I think then there'll be the Oyate. So that's how our governance was structured.
So you had 7 people sitting in the pit talking, and that's the one that was sitting in the pit, that's the only one who could talk. The rest, they had to behave themselves, keep quiet. So that major decisions that were to be made were made in this manner. There was only 7 people that were allowed to speak.
They call it very democratic, you know, form of governance.
Everybody was involved, and if they were going to be having a meeting, all the elders, all the people would be involved in the meeting, and that way everybody knew what was happening.
But they had the warrior clan. That clan, they were the protectors of the village, protectors of the camp. They would be the ones on the lookout for any enemies that are coming. They're the ones that would be on the hunting parties, going out hunting parties, war parties going out, and they would be one of the top, I guess, the top ranking clans in the camp. Another clan would be the providers, the gatherers, and those predominantly were women, providing firewood, the herbs that you need for medicines, the berries that you need to make pemmican with. They were the ones that would skin the kill. They were the ones that would and dry the meat and I guess tan the hides and that for the camps.
The trade routes from the Dakota Territory down towards Six Nations and how we traded and made relatives with the Mohawk. And some of the old treaties that we did with some of the people out that way, like the bowl and spoon ceremonies that we did with them, are still carried on and remembered by the Winnebago and the Anishinaabe people. The bowl and spoon ceremony, they passed the bowl around with a lot of food in there, and all of the leadership would take part in this meal. and then they would talk about different hunting territories and different things that they were going to do over the course of the year. And so they would make treaties and peace and relationships at that time. So you'll see a lot of in the museum archives, there's Dakota beadwork in there that are floral that look very similar to Anishinaabe. We had leadership from our medicine people, our society leaders, our older men, our elders, all of these people, they all worked together in a council to be able to decide what was best for our people. And then this Indian agent came along and said, I'm not talking to any of you. I'm just going to talk to this one because he speaks English. The money is going to flow through this person because he speaks English. So whoever was the quickest to assimilate had the most power. And that's where the disruption in our communities happened. So that's what we're trying to get back here, I think. That balance. That idea of how we used to function before. I don't know if you want to call it self-governance, but for us it was our system, the code we chose. That's how we lived.